Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and welcome back to another speed build type of video in The Sims 4. Today we're doing a makeover video. So if you want a chance to get one of your houses made over by me, use the hashtag Auvbri Makeover in the gallery, and that's the way for me to find your builds. But yeah, this is a build that we did on a live stream. So I'm streaming again, and I'm finally back on YouTube streaming. So after a long time on Twitch, which was yeah, it was an experience, and let's just say we're never going back there again. But yeah, we're back here on YouTube, and this was on a live stream, and Leah did this amazing house, as you could see in the beginning. Very modern inspired, and I honestly thought at first that it was one of my builds because it looks so much like the stuff that I would usually do. So that's why I was really attracted to it and like drawn to do a makeover of this build. First off, I wanted to add some stuff to the house itself. I didn't actually do too much to the basic shell of the house. I just added some stuff to make it look a bit more modern and kind of put my own spin on it. So we actually removed the pool and put it back a bit, and then I started adding these side things to the house here just to create you know, something different for the eyes to look at. So you would have something you know, something different to look at. I also changed the wall heights on the upper level because I wanted to have these smaller windows seem bigger. Also just because we add a lot of half walls on this build to create, you know, some different levels. Before, the house had just one type of half wall on itself, and I wanted to add something more to that. So we have different heights of the half walls here just to create the illusion that maybe the back of the house is actually taller than it actually is, and that kind of creates a nice illusion for the eye to always have something to look at. And that's also what we did with the side things that we've added as well. So I knew I wanted to do a new color on the house, also just to, you know, differentiate myself from the original build. I still wanted to keep the white color that we had because I thought that was really cool looking, but the original build was a white color and this wooden texture, and I knew for my version of the build I wanted to add one more texture. So we actually have 3 different wallpaper types. For the part that used to be wooden texture before, I chose this very dark-ish brick stone to complement the build really well. And for the other half of the build, I chose this washed brick, which I thought looked really cool as well. And we have these 3 gray-ish tones with the white tone in the middle as well from the original build, and I just thought it looked really cool. I also changed the flooring on the back porch area to a whiter wood, so, you know, just to do something different. And now we're just starting to add stuff. So that's really all that we did to the house itself. I kept all of the original window positions. I did add another skylight, a bigger skylight over the kitchen area, and I also extended the skylights on the highest flooring floor of the build as well. Just made it a bit bigger, but otherwise the positioning of all of the rooms is the same. There's actually 2 rooms that I didn't do anything in because I honestly really loved the way that they looked. So that is the bedroom and the downstairs bathroom as well. I didn't do anything to those. We did put the house up on a foundation, you know, just to create some different height illusions. Also just because I wanted to have a staircase leading up to the porch area in the back here. So we would have these different levels that could kind of act as a divider between the porch and the front garden area. I initially wanted to do something different with the front garden area, but I actually thought that having you know, just these walkway type of things in the front that was originally there as well. I thought that looked super cool, so I just decided to keep that. Keep the kind of Pangola thing with the plants as well over the porch area. I just, you know, I added my own touch to it, and we have, you know, some different touches around the place, you know, just so you could kind of see the makeover. The front entrance, I definitely did some work to. So we have this raised up deck, and I added a lot of plants and stuff to make it very obvious that that would be the front entrance. Also, because we have these different heights now with the half walls, it was a really good way for me to actually emphasize what the front entrance was, because before I felt like either one of the two doorways could have been the front entrance. So I wanted to emphasize that a bit more, what the front entrance actually was. And then we just start adding plants to the area. I also chose a different location for this one. I believe the first one was originally in a desert area, so we're still in Oasis Springs, but I actually chose a location with more green around it. So the lighting is the same. So if you guys have ever played The Sims, you know that the lighting in the Sims games is very weird, so it depends on what world you're in, but the lighting in Oasis Springs always has this very kind of weird orange tint to it. You can kind of already see it on the flooring right here in the footage, and it looks very weird sometimes, but I wanted to keep the lot in Oasis Springs so the lighting wouldn't actually affect the way that you viewed the house, seeing that we have two different locations for it. Still Oasis Springs, still the same lighting, and yeah, I think that's about it for the exterior. So we just add some more wall plants, and I actually did also add some of the new lighting features that came with a free update this month, alongside with the new staircase system, which is freaking awesome. So if you haven't played around with that, go play around with it. It's so good. I mean, it's not spiral staircasing, but it's close enough, and I think it's awesome that we finally got something different. So moving inside the build here, I did not change the positioning of any of the rooms. I did add a few walls on the lower level here, because I needed to put in a new staircase. I wanted to play around with the new staircase feature that we have had brought into the game now, and I also wanted to make it very clear that we have this big urban space, but that we also can kind of close it off, you know, so we have different spaces, and putting in a few walls here and there is actually a good way to do that. The kitchen area is the exact same position as before. I just changed out some of the counters and you know, to something a bit more modern looking, and I put in the items almost in the exact same place as they were before. We changed the flooring, and this was something that you guys helped me with in the live stream, so it's a great way for me to also get positive feedback and stuff like that is through the live streams, because you guys are right there with me. You can kind of help me out if there's something I'm not sure about. I also changed the positioning of the dining room table, so it was on the other angle before. I changed it this way to give it more space and make it seem more grand than it was. We do keep the what is it called, like small counter cabinet things that you can kind of see under the big picture there, but I am gonna change out the big picture in a little bit. But yeah, here's when we're working on the new staircase system. So I actually had to save the game before and then go back in myself actually pull the staircase outside and then try and angle it the way that I wanted it. It was very difficult to work with. I honestly feel like they could have maybe made this system a bit more intuitive. But we're working with some different stuff here, and I'm honestly just happy that we have this new system in place instead of the other one. The only thing that annoys me, and I still don't understand why they haven't done this when they actually started working on new staircases, is the fact that we are not able to change the flooring on the staircases. Even when you angle them like I did here, it's still not possible, which is like, it seems very weird to me, but maybe it's just me. I just find it very annoying that like it's very hard to match stuff when you're restricted in that way. But luckily for me, we had this staircase with this wooden texture on it, looked very modern, actually fit very well with the build itself, so that's what we chose. And we have this grand like bent staircase here, and I think it looks really awesome. I still wanted to keep the grand piano, but I did change the color of it. The positioning of the living room also stays the same, so every single item is almost in the exact same spot as before, or like in the same color scheme, because I really loved the things that Leah did with the color scheme in this build. I think it's super awesome looking, and I just wanted to emphasize that and bring in a little of my touch and the clutter mess that I like to do in my builds, with tons of clutter and plants all around the place. So yeah, I overall think that the build turned out really awesome. Now, there used to be a bar area here where we have these two bookcases, but again, I did put in these two new walls, and I honestly thought a bookcase like kind of opened up the room a bit more by still filling it with somewhat clutter. So yeah, I'm really happy about how it turned out, and there's gonna be some before and after shots in the end, and I'm not gonna talk too much over the video tour in the end, so you guys can just enjoy that. But yeah, that's the downstairs, and here we changed out the windows. So Rinky Dinks is this amazing artist on the gallery, and she I don't know what this person is, but what gender, but this person makes amazing paintings. So you can just search paintings, and if you find the user named Rinky Dinks, you're gonna find all of her stuff. It's not custom content, it is in the game itself. So when you download this house, you're gonna get the paintings that I put in, which is amazing. So it's no CC, it's just purely base game stuff, which is amazing. And yeah, I didn't actually touch the downstairs bathroom. Upstairs here, I changed some of the color schemes and positioning of certain items, but mostly it's the same, and I just added some stuff, and we're gonna put in some other paintings up here because it is a very artsy space, which I really loved. And there you saw me just go in and find Rinky Dink's stuff, which was amazing. And this is the last room that I do. I keep the counters in here. I thought those were really awesome, and the sinks as well, I also keep those. And I kind of created this space, so you walk in and you have the place where you would wash your hands with the sinks and all that kind of stuff, and then we have the other side of it, which is the top area and the toilet and stuff like that, just to kind of separate it and still keep it super modern. I brought in some colors in here with, these muted blues and turquoise, and some more plants because I gotta have them. And yeah, I think we're about ready to jump into the video tour. So I'm not gonna do voiceover on all of the video tour, but yeah, this is the build, guys. I really hope you liked it. Remember, if you like this build, you can get it off the gallery right now, both this remodeled version and the original as well, which is still amazing. I mean, look at it, it still looks so awesome, and that is why I was drawn to it. So good, like such a good build. So yeah, you can get both of them off the gallery, link in the description down below, or just search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, just like the channel name here, and you should be able to find every single thing that I have done in The Sims. And yeah, there's nothing really else for me to say other than I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to leave it a big like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And I will see you next time for another speed build or live stream here on the channel in The Sims 4. So yeah, have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Bye guys.